It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Giants and the Titans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin with you as always for another NFL season. Exciting to get this thing going once again, CD. And we've found ourselves saying this for several seasons now, but the Tennessee Titans and their fans wondering, is this the year? Can they get over the playoff hump? And the long road to those playoffs begins here today against the New York Giants.
If we go back to last season, we certainly think this is a favorable matchup for the Titans, right? Because they were 12-5, the number 1 seed in the AFC for the first time since 2008, before being upset at home by Cincinnati, who went on to the Super Bowl. The Giants, last year was just abysmal, 4-13, and they've only made the playoffs once since winning it all in 2011.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Nashville. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
New York State committed to Daniel Jones for a 4th season, but also made this a decisive year by declining his 5th-year option. 2022 looks like Jones' final chance to prove he can be the franchise face for the Giants, and he does have a cadre of weapons that he'll need to top his career highs of 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns that he set as a rookie.
Jones looking to throw right away. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Now Jones. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones rolling to his left. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A first down carry for Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 16, Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. He coughed it up.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Tennessee brings its offense to the field for the first time, and that means that we get to see the electric rookie out of Liberty, Malik Willis.
Count me among the people who are surprised to see Malik Willis still on the board in the 3rd round of the NFL draft. A lot of us analysts tabbed him as the quarterback with the highest ceiling in the class, someone who drew comparison to names like Michael Vick with his speed and arm. The Titans traded up to get him and are big believers in a guy who put up nearly 7,000 yards in 2 seasons at Liberty University.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On second down, here's Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They keep it with Henry on first down. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Yeah, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Again, it's Henry. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield, guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Willis looks to pass it here. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper from 8 yards out. And the Titans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it will pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
This is unbelievable.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Willis on 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Willis. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, this is your halftime report. First, we travel to Arizona, where the Chiefs would march right down the field. 3rd and 4, Patrick Mahomes snaps the ball, throws, Travis Kelce, touchdown, 6-0, Kansas City, early lead. Like I said, first drive of the game, marching right down the field to take the lead. Extra point is good, 7-0, late in the first quarter. Arizona trying to come back, 3rd and inches, complete. Oh, but he fumbles the ball. And Trent McDuffie is going to take it all the way. Touchdown for Kansas City, defensive touchdown. Things are not going Arizona's way. Extra point up and good to make it 14-0. Kansas City, late in the second quarter, would again march down the field and get a Patrick Mahomes touchdown. to McCall Hardman, and Kansas City is just running that game in Glendale, absolutely thrashing the Cardinals. Last play of the first half goes to halftime, 21-0, a shutout at halftime for the Kansas City Chiefs. From there, we head to Los Angeles, where the Chargers and the Raiders are going back and forth, but no touchdowns. You see right there, 3-0 with 6 seconds to go in the first half. Such a quiet game, and Derek Carr just kneels. Such a close game going into half, 3-0. Who can get that win after halftime?
With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. But meanwhile, for the Titans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Willis. Over the middle, complete. It's Phillips. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Henry up the middle. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Willis. Flushed out right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. From the 35 on 2nd down, Willis. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Willis now off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darian Beavers. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. Now back to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Robert Woods, 26 yards. And the Titans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The New York set to take the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw again on second down. Jones. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A first down carry for Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Willis on 3rd down. Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Henry will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up the secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So now Jones and the Giants down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 56 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Meanwhile, Jones' throw on target to James. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now Jones. James has got it. Complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jones. Left side, he's got Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw is Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Throwing Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Tennessee, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.